Well, it doesn't surprise me because I know that it's happened to him before. And the point he's making there that's absolutely spot on is when he says that, it's as if some people think there's a lifestyle choice. What's he got to be depressed about? And you'd never ask that of somebody if it was about cancer or asthma or diabetes or rheumatoid arthritis. It's an illness. And Stephen Fry's got, he's rich, he's famous, he's very, very clever, but he gets very, very, very bad depression. And that's what happens when it gets so bad that he actually doesn't see the point of living.
No one understands it. He even says himself he doesn't understand. And I know that you know him well, and you're also someone who suffers from depression. Can you understand what he's going through?
Totally. And, I've spoken to him on email today, and he's, I think,
What did he say to you?
Well, basically, he just said that he's fine because he's sorted himself out, he's been to hospital, and but, he knows it will come back. And like I know, my depressions will come back. And the point, the reason why he talks about it openly and I talk about it openly, we have to get people, including government, including politicians and members of the public and doctors, and just to understand it is an illness and it has to be viewed as an illness. And then once people are open about it and they're, if you break your leg, you go to A&E. If you're coughing up blood, you go and see your GP and you find out what's going on. So many people actually do have bad depression and they do nothing about it. They just sort of suffer in silence.
Extraordinary that he mentioned how last year he was appearing on all these TV programmes, making everyone laugh, but inside he said he wanted to die. I mean, have you ever felt like that? Have you ever been in that situation?
Totally. Because
when?
Well, lots of situations where, I'll tell you...
Number 10, perhaps?
Definitely. Times when you are so depressed, but you kind of, just as he on QI, he has to get on and do it, you somehow find it within yourself most of the time to get on and do it. But I've certainly been in situations where I've just felt absolutely dead inside. And you have to function, you have to talk to people, smile to people and all the rest of it. Didn't always smile, it has to be said.
But to the point, he didn't want to carry on. Have you
ever it also was very interesting. I saw the whole piece and he said that maybe he'd feel differently if he had children. And certainly whenever I'm really, really, really down, I think they are the thing that makes me think I probably never would. However, the fact is that when you're in the depths of a depression, you feel dead inside. So if you're dead inside, you think, well, what's the point of any of it?
What helps you get through it?
Family, medication sometimes, sport, in a sense, just trying to keep your mind open to the outside world and also understanding, once I got the insight that this is an illness, and just as if you get flu, you maybe take something to deal with it. When I get depression, I go and see somebody and I get something and it helps me through.
And it's great that he's talking and it's great that you're talking. There must be lots of people who are watching this tonight who have a similar problem. But the problem for them is that they're not famous, are they?
No.
They might not be able to get the help that they need. So what should they do?
I think they can get the help if they are open about it. Now, I totally understand. Stephen Fry and I don't have to worry about our next job and all the rest of it. It's very, very hard for a lot of people. But I think if their families and their friends can understand the person who is depressed, it is an illness. It's not a choice that they're making, it's an illness.
Alastair, thank you so much for talking about that. While you're here, I wouldn't mind asking you about some Ed Miliband today and all these policy changes. I mean, do you think, or how do you feel about your party turning its back on some of its core principles by capping social benefits?
What I feel is most important that the Labour Party does what it's doing right now, which is explain to the public the reality of the economy, past, present and future. And I think Ed Balls earlier in the week and Ed Miliband now, that's what they're doing. The reality is, as he said, there isn't going to be money falling out of the trees.
But are they doing it because they have such a bad reputation for controlling money?
No, I don't believe so. I think, look, we had 10 years of growth and prosperity. It ended badly because of the global financial crash. OK, so 2 years before the next election, who looks stronger, Ed Miliband or Tony Blair back in 1995? Well, there's no point comparing them. Look, Tony Blair was way, way, way ahead in the polls, and it looked like it was going to win.
Tony Blair looks stronger.
Well, but look, I'm not going. It's like saying, it's an irrelevant question. Ed Miliband the choice is not against Tony Blair; it's against David Cameron. Who do people want to be Prime Minister? And I know who I want. And it's not David Cameron.
Alastair, thank you so much for your thoughts tonight.